A botched extra point. Really? Welcome back to No Fall Weddings, Week 3 recap. Another incredible college football Saturday is in the books. We'll get to two completely different SEC ranked matchups. Clemson is Clemsoning again, but we have to start with what happened in South Bend. Last year, these two teams played, and the score was 6-6 with 5 minutes to go in the game. Halftime score last night, 28-24. The speed of Texas A&M was a huge problem for Notre Dame all night. Craver and Concepcion, man, what a name. Couldn't even get mad as he's running through my secondary. Concepcion. First year defensive coordinator Chris Ash is getting some serious heat from Notre Dame fans. Man, why couldn't we just pay Al Golden whenever the hell he wanted? Notre Dame's two bookend corners coming into the year, one preseason All-American, the other at least pretty good. Thought he was going to be good. And you know what? They are fine. But just because you have two great corners doesn't mean your safeties can take bad angles all night or just have bad play calling. There's also a third corner that's got to come in, and he was getting cooked. It's tough. I think the defensive line shows promises, but not enough consistency, and A&M was just slinging it around all night. The world is not ending for Notre Dame because CJ Carr, man, do we have a quarterback. First Notre Dame quarterback that I can remember. I like to maybe think of good old Brady Quinn, but I do forget about Jimmy Clausen. That dude at least liked to throw. He wasn't always great at it, but CJ Carr likes to throw the football. And I know it sounds stupid talking about quarterbacks, but Notre Dame's had this stretch of just run first, tough guy quarterbacks that as soon as the first option's not there, they look to run. CJ Carr, for a guy that's only made 2 starts, hits every progression. It's awesome. And then he dumps it off. He rarely takes off trying to get 2-3 yards. And yeah, he does make some freshman mistakes. But man, the future's so bright with him. I'm so excited. We just need to get him some weapons, some legitimate game-breaking weapons, because this guy can play quarterback. It's a great game, back and forth. Got a pump block for a touchdown. Got a crazy 70-yard catch, run, spin for A&M. I mean, it's just going back and forth. It was definitely destined for overtime, and it would have been overtime if not for a botched extra point hold. Oh my God. I love college football, but these are the things you got to remember when you're watching amateurs. And of course, it's Tyler Buchner. College football fans probably remember him a little bit because he was Notre Dame's starter for Marcus Freeman's first game in Columbus at Ohio State. And he just wasn't very good. And he was hyped too. But again, one of those run first quarterbacks. And he leaves the program, goes to Alabama, transfers, doesn't make it down there, comes back to Notre Dame really just to play lacrosse. But then we let him on the team. You know, he's probably a great locker room guy. You can't fumble a perfect snap. So instead of going up 7, Notre Dame goes up 6 with 5 minutes to go. And what happened from there? A&M goes right down the field, naturally, against that bad defense. But it all comes down to 4th and goal from the 12. One stop. Just need one stop. A&M throws it up to the tight end, who had the holding penalty on the kickoff return, and they score, and they make the extra point to win. Heartbreaking, devastating, crushing. 0-2 this year. I think the worst part is that it feels like now we've lost all momentum of the national championship appearance from last year. It's just gone. We technically lost 3 straight games. Now, I like to be fair. Last year, when Notre Dame beat Penn State, I showed the video of my reaction when they kicked the game-winning field goal. Your boy set up the video last night on that 4th down play. Here it is.
4th in the game. Reed, rush hold. Reed pumps, fires. It is caught. Nate Barkacher brings it in.
Yep. If you don't like Notre Dame, enjoy that misery. But you do recall in live time what I said. Hold. Because clear as day, I saw a hold. And then when I saw the replay,
as the Irish try to get home. Maybe a slight hold there on the takedown. There's a tackle.
Oh, don't blame refs. Don't blame. I'm a college football fan. I'm biased. That's a missed call, and it's an SEC crew. I had to deal with a BS targeting call that happened 2 drives earlier that extended a drive that was complete garbage. SEC refs. Oh, it's time and place. You can't call a call. This wasn't a hold. He tackled him. Tackled him. You have to call that. Rest of the season, Notre Dame just beat USC. Start developing CJ Carr even more and make a run next year. All right, speaking of the SEC, let's talk about those 2 games from yesterday. Georgia at Tennessee. This is not your father's SEC. This isn't even my SEC growing up. 44-41 in overtime. Please do yourself a favor if you have a couple minutes. Go watch Tennessee's scripted opening drive for that game. It's the greatest I've ever seen. I don't get it. Tennessee's offense can look unstoppable, like they're going to score 70, and then they'll have 3 or 4 straight drives where they look like amateurs, stuck in the mud, like they have no idea what they're doing. Georgia's one of those teams. They quietly, obviously, stack players in the portal in recruiting. Gunnar Stockton is a pretty good quarterback, and they just got weapons. It's funny, but they still feel like they're just quiet. I think because they're known for their defense, just chugging out players to the NFL draft. I mean, they struggled, obviously, giving up the big plays, but Georgia always finds a way, right? Especially against Tennessee. See, that's like 9 straight against them. Part of it, though, is Jeff Heupel and I can't just blame him. It's other coaches. Stop settling for 40-plus yard field goals to win. It's college kickers. It's one of the greatest hashtags of all time. Hashtag college kickers. You know they're going to choke. And then you got the game ending on a reversed replay call. Just brutal. It's no good. No good. The other game, which we all thought was going to be a shootout, high scoring, Florida at LSU. DJ Lagway versus Nussmeier, 2 of the top 5 Heisman contenders going into the year. First one to 50, right? What a defensive slop fest that was. Wait, my SEC is back. 5 interceptions for Lagway. Nussmeier had an interception, and his was worse than all of Lagway's combined. Just a weird game in Baton Rouge, but it did feel like a throwback where, oh my God, LSU is just winning with defense and timely offense. I'm not used to that under the Brian Kelly era. Now, have they completely revamped their defense, or is it just they've been playing Clemson in Florida? Either way, I have to give them credit because they've been a dumpster fire the last 2-3 years. So clearly, whatever they're doing now is good enough. Got to mention the 2 big upsets of the day. Clemson has struck again. The old fire drill 55-yard field goal at the buzzer. That's college football. Hayes King might be my favorite player this year. He's like a Tebow light JT Barrett reincarnation. If he was quarterbacking for Urban Meyer, he would get him to New York City. But this is still about Clemson. And laughing at Dabo. Second big upset of the day. Vanderbilt, the nerds. Diego Pavia goes into South Carolina and kicks their ass. 31-7. Now, Vegas only had them as a 2.5-point favorites, which I saw, and I'm like, that's Vegas knows something. That's weird. But to go in and smoke the Gamecocks, maybe they were getting a little SEC ranking boost. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. Just doing some quick hits around the league. Top of the Big Ten, continue to roll. Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, all take care of business. Miami's looking really impressive. I mean, they stopped USF's run of upsets. Of course, we had to deal with another rain delay. Get a dome, Miami. Arch Manning is either really hurt or is just not a good quarterback. We have to have the conversation. I actually do think he's hurt because I've seen video of him wincing on some throws, or his form is that bad that it hurts to throw like he does. For the second year in a row, I'm surprised when I see Wisconsin versus Alabama. Now, Wisconsin had a stretch there where they were very solid for about 4 or 5 years because they were churning out running backs to the NFL like it was nobody's business. But the issue with college football scheduling is you have to schedule at least 5, 6, 7 years out for the most part for these big teams. So as Wisconsin feels like, hey, it wants to be upper echelon in college football, let's schedule Alabama a couple years down the road. Not a good idea. Wisconsin is nowhere near as good as they used to be. And even though neither is Bama, but still, big difference. Bama crushes them. One of those scores you have to double check your eyes, squint, you know, wash them out because it can't be real. Washington State, it wasn't that long ago. Like, yeah, they're not a powerhouse, but they're a solid Power 5 team in the Pac-12. They'd upset USC once in a while. They'd hang with Oregon. They lost 59-3 to North Texas. Not Texas, not Texas Tech, not Texas A&M, North Texas. Starting to see why no big conference wanted to pick them up. All right, let's do the play of the day. Man, there were a lot of great plays today. Check out Ryan Williams from Alabama on his touchdown run. That was going to be it. But you know what? We have a lot of big catches, a lot of cool plays. I want a ridiculous touchdown, not an impressive touchdown. Show me the most ridiculous touchdown you'll ever see.
Gordon, offensive Gordon.
There's a double pass coming up. Jackson trying to get it back. Uh-oh, Gentry almost intercepted it now. On a one-hopper, Brown's got it. And he's in the end zone.
You won't get that in the NFL. All right, looking ahead to next week. It's a little softer slate, but again, that's when upsets happen. College football does not take a week off. Anything can happen. But looking at the games, we got Auburn at Oklahoma, Florida at Miami, which again was looking like a big game, but Florida's got 2 losses already. And Illinois at Indiana. Little border state war. Before I get out of here, I got to talk about something that somebody said about no fall weddings, and that's that I look a little disheveled when doing this. And it makes me laugh because I got to stay up till midnight watching these big games. And I have a 3-year-old son who just likes waking up at the crack of dawn every morning. Sometimes I have my hangover hoodie on, sometimes I don't. But either way, I am definitely doing this on a good amount of lack of sleep. I firmly believe you guys are watching because you're interested in my college football takes, not in my good looks. So I'm going to continue coming down here, not looking at my hair, and just talking college football. I'm not going to lie. If I could afford a professional to make me look good every morning, yeah, I might do that. And you know what help me get there? Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching No Fall Weddings. That was your week 3 recap. We'll see y'all next week. Go Irish.